morning. How are you doing today? It is a nice morning, a wonderful, amazing morning. And how are you feeling this morning? I have something big and amazing. Good morning. Hey, Ryan, I love your reels. Hi, Lisa. I was going to put the police on you. I was looking for you. And I was going to call you know who. Good morning. Yes, Ryan, I love all your reels. They're amazing. I like them. So keep doing that. You're doing well. You're floating. You're flying. Amazing. Good job. So, Lisa, how are you feeling? So today is worry and visualizing. How are we doing with that? Do we know? I have no idea how we're doing with that because so many times I come across that little thing from so many people that are telling me, I'm not getting what I want. I'm not getting it. It's not getting there. The only thing I know for sure is if you want to get something, you have to keep going after it. Anything. So when somebody says that nothing in visualizing is happening for me, hi Marina, good morning, missed you. How are you feeling today? When somebody said that visualizing is not working for them, I often wonder why. And I sometimes have a chat. So, hi Loretta, good morning. How are you feeling today? I had this chat with this amazing human being. Today is Halloween, that's right. No wonder I have all these candies in my house. That I cannot get what I want. That's what he said. It wasn't a she. Normally I have the she's. But I have this he that I couldn't get. It's just not functioning for me. And we talked for a while about it. And finally, I realized you have one or the other. There's a saying they have, if you worry, don't pray. And if you pray, don't worry. So I realized that you're worrying more than you are actually visualizing. And that's what I said to him. Agitation and visualization don't go together. If you're agitated, you will always cloud it. The only way, Ryan may be still there. The only way that I know for sure it works is when you keep doing it. And if every time you take a little piece of the worry and put more visualization in it, is when it works. I see that with so many people that I know, that they keep doing it. That doesn't mean they're not concerned and they're not worried and they're not fearful and they're not doubtful. But every time they take a step towards conquering those feelings, it works. So worry and visualization do not go together. They just don't go together. Worrying causes agitation. Agitation clouds vision. Where there is no vision, the people will perish. So sometimes it's not the big thing that you have to visualize at. Hi sister, good morning. Did you guys get that fan working? It's not the big things that we need to push through that's visualizing all the time. We might just want to visualize getting up early. We want to visualize going and standing outside. This morning, you guys know that I pray. I'll tell you off, but I'll tell you off because it's bothering me. And I'll let you have it. That doesn't mean I carry it forever. But it doesn't work, it doesn't work. So I pray, I'm praying this morning. I went past my altar and my roses on the altar were dry. And I kind of made a note and said, no, I need to take these out and put them out, throw them out. And the robe, the sleeve of my robe, as I stood up, hit the dead flowers and they fell on the altar and on the floor. So I picked, good morning, Colin, how are you feeling today? So I picked up the flowers and put them in the dead flowers in the trash can, took the vase and brought it upstairs and left it on the stairs because I was going outside and it was 10 minutes to 5. So I released the alarm and I went outside. It's 16 degrees, so it is a warm morning. So I'm standing out there. Hi, Yuko. Hey, Yuko, welcome back. How is that family business going on? I know you're busy. Oh my God. Yuko has her mom, her brother, and her niece here for her son's wedding. And she had to drop in. What a treat. That's so nice of you, Yuko. Thank you for doing this. So And then, so I went outside and I stayed there and I listened. I observed it's dark because it was cloudy, and the clouds had an unusual formation. They were like puffs all around the sky at that time. You could hardly see the stars. So I'm looking up at that and I'm just saying, wow, every day I come out here, something is different. Thank you, Yuko. And then I stayed for a while. I don't pray. I just stand there and just observe and listen. And I'm walking back into the house, and just on the corner, as I'm walking, right there is a rose, a red rose, just popped. Like it's there. I just saw it. So I went close to where the rose has the softest spot, and I used my nails and I clipped it. And then I took it with me. I went back and I placed it on the altar. No water, I just brought it back to the altar. The thing about that is, I had the inclination to do this, to change the flowers, and I maybe wasn't going to do it. But somehow the energy needed that red rose. So to get me to do what I had to do, it gave me what we spoke about yesterday, an inspiration. My sleeve of my robe is not that long. And it just knocked all the dry flowers. The water didn't spill, just the flowers. So that is observation and actually paying attention. In a form is inner listening. And then noticing the rose. There's roses in my garden forever. But just to see that one that just is sticking out. Not in my path, but enough that I could see it. I see them so many times. So it's not unusual to see it. But I plucked it. Why? I don't know. Something just told me to take it and bring it indoors. And I did it. No water. I just laid it on the altar. So those of you who are not Catholic, an altar is where we have images of the saints that we like. It's not a worship. It's a memory of the act that they do. It's like the women who say to me, we pray to Mary. And I said, no. She intercedes. She's the mother of the man we upset all the time. So she has the ability to intercede. And to say to your husband's mother can say to him, you need to behave. You need to chill. That's exactly what we believe. So anyway, and it's to honor women. As you can see, in this world today, women are not honored. But when you honor the mother of the God you worship, that teaches those around you that women are special and they should be treated with honor. So anyway, let's not digress from if you're worried and visualization, they don't go together. So visualizing is important for us to understand. If you desire something big, the thing about it is not to always open your mouth and try to bite the whole thing. Everybody tells you to take a little bit at a time. Worry, we were trained to worry. And you're saying, no, Tessa-Marie, I wasn't trained to worry. Yes, we were brought up to worry. When we were born, we didn't have the fear of falling. Our parents did. And their parents did. So as soon as we came close to a spot where we could hurt ourselves, everybody screamed. Oh, be careful, right? So right there, we're starting to say you have to be careful. You have to watch this. You have to take note of that. And then you have to worry. If you do not worry, you are not going to make it. You have to be concerned. Hello, Nancy, how are you feeling this morning? Doing more sewing, I hope. So worry causes us to be agitated. The more you worry, the more agitated you become. And when you're agitated, you cannot think straight. How can you expect to visualize something you desire, you dreamt about, you had the capability to come with that dream? But the worry that you have is such a big cloud that you're concerned, oh, I don't think I'll make it, I'll never make it, I am trying, I've been working on. And at the same time, you're visualizing. So they kind of wash each other out. But the point is, we can do it a little bit better than that. We already know that worry is not going to give us the answer to what it is we desire to have in our life. No, it's not. Worry is going to keep the clouds in place. The clouds will come when we are agitated. More things to worry about show up. And you made a good intention. You went and you listened and you said, I'm sitting down here and I'm going to spend this time in meditation and visualization. I heard this person spoke about it. I read a book on visualizing. I know how to do this. I'm going to sit there, and then as you sit, good intention, you have your plan, you're visualizing, and then you think, okay, I have to go grocery shopping today. I said I was going to do this, and you notice what I'm doing, right? You're starting to do all kinds of things with your hands. Because worry is bringing, all these are the clouds that worry is bringing, all these clouds to your face. And you're saying, okay, but then you forgot, what were you visualizing again? You can't even remember. And then something might click and you go back. But look at how much of that 5 minutes, let's say you had that 5 minutes you were visualizing. Stop now and look at your watch. In the 5 minutes you were visualizing, you actually worried up for 3, 2.5. So if you know your alarm is saying 2.5, that means you've only already spent 30 seconds on your actual dream, goal, and desire. So that doesn't work when we do those type of things with visualization. We have to realize is to clear our mind before we make this big attempt to go and visualize. We need to decide how we are going to do this. It takes time. It takes small, tiny, incremental steps. I've always said to go slow, to go further. To go slow so you don't get in an accident. When the clouds of worry drop in, it's an accident. Choose the things that you know you're going to put time into that you can change. So are you concerned that you cannot pay that price for groceries? And there you are, because you know that, you're trying to meditate to make more money. You're in meditation. You're visualizing. I need to get a better job. What can I do? How should I do it? All of those. But you're thinking, okay, well, the milk is so expensive. Eggs is so much a dozen. I can't believe this. And you're working yourself away from it. And you're not supposed to do that. But we were trained to worry. We were told we need to worry. That is just how life came to us. And to take a little bit of worry is to have a little bit more faith in what it is you can dream. Because we said, if you can dream it, you can have it. If you have the ability to create it, you can have it in your life. But those sentences that are so powerful do not stay with us. We do not take the time to hear, if you can dream it, you can have it. If you can see it, you can have it. If you can create it, you can have it. We hear that. They told that to us already. We know that. But we do not bring it to life when we need it. This is why when you go to visualize, before you sit to manifest, to visualize, to write your thing down, be prepared to give yourself just a tiny bit of time on it. If you go too far and you're not ready, it's like, you know you have to cut a tree down, but you just bought the axe from Home Depot. It's not sharp. They don't sell sharpened axes. So you have to take your time and sharpen the axe before you go cutting down the tree. So that's why you take your time and you spend just a little bit of time in visualizing what it is you desire to have in your life. But it is consistent time. Consistent time. Somebody took their time, the IME time, all of their valuable time. And as you know, time is a non-renewable resource, right? We don't get it back. It lives, it gallops, it goes. We don't get it back. And said to me, when are you going to stop doing the morning blessings? I don't know, the person from Adam or Eve or any of those people over there. And the person had the audacity to send me a message. But you know me, I don't care. I don't reply. And so when I didn't reply, that must have agitated the person more. So you see what I'm talking about. They're taking their time to look at what I am doing. Well, there's not a lot of people coming through, I think. And I said, but who is that fool? So I looked at the name and I saw, okay, I don't know you. So click, delete. But that person could have spent the time to look at the live and visualize something for themselves. We always need something else in our life, whether it's just peace of mind. Do you know that is valuable? To have the peace of mind. Like I had to correct my friend yesterday. She said, I have the money to pay the bills. I said, no, these are your living expenses. You have to watch your words. You're visualizing. When you say the word bills, it's horrible. It makes you feel like it's just bills, 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 right? And they do it to us. You cannot go anywhere in the car where bills. Their commercial is to remind us we have bills to pay. And when you take it and you foster it yourself by just a common way of speaking, that is adding worry to visualizing paying off the bill. Your job is to pay it off in food. That was what you're saying. You said that. I need to pay off all my bills. And of course, you have and you have bills. So why don't we just call them living expenses? It is a sweeter word to say. It's not going to bring worry. You're not going to sit there and work it. When you know fully well, we can do it. We can always do it. Maybe not the way we did it before COVID. Maybe before COVID, we had more disposable income. Maybe, because things weren't as expensive. But since COVID, it has changed. Maybe we have to change and begin seeing things differently. Visualize and take little pieces at a time so that you do not cover all your visualization with the worry of I have to pay bills. But if you said to yourself, you know what, it's true, I have the living expenses, I need to look after that today. But right now, I need 2 minutes, 2 minutes. Put the timer on, 1 minute, try 1 minute. When I first started visualizing, it was to visualize my children behaving because they were like 2.5 years apart. I needed to visualize behavior. So I just used to take it one step at a time. Then I found out they're angels that loves to keep kids in order. Well, did you know what I did? You know for sure. I harnessed them so that I could keep them in order. I visualize it and I force the visualization on them. You're going to Auntie Ina's house. When you get there, do not jump on her couch. Do not do that. If she asks you if you say you want a drink, say yes, thank you. What do you want? Say water first. Don't go telling her what brand of apple juice you want. So I had to prepare that. So when they got there, I wasn't clouded with their behavior. So this is why I'm saying we need to plan little bits of things to fix things so that when things come, they're little. And constantly waking up every morning and standing and breathing. Just breathe in the air. You can't go out. You live in a condo or apartment building. You cannot get down the stairs and go stand outside like many of us can. But you can open the window and you can breathe. And when you breathe, you can see for a minute, just for a minute, just for 30 seconds, your visualization of today. You don't have to see the whole day. See yourself if it's a good thing that you're going to have sufficient time to have your shower. Sufficient time to get to work on time. Just small ones. And if you choose to go to now stand at the window and worry, then knock yourself out. But you took a little piece out of that and you saw exactly what you want for 10 seconds. And tomorrow, maybe, just maybe, you can hold it for 15 seconds. So you see what I'm saying? Visualization and worry, they don't work. Worry causes agitation. Agitation clouds the vision. Where there is no vision, the people will fail. They'll perish. Worry time is a loss of time. So the time we take worrying is a loss of time. We can't pull it back. And we have said, oh, I don't know why I worried about that so much. And then when I did it, it wasn't so bad, right? Remember that? Think of it like that. So you're doubtful, you're scared, but you visualize doing something. It might be just going somewhere for the first time. And you're scared. How am I going to deal with that? But if you're looking at the worst case scenario of how this thing will turn out, well, that's what you're going to get. Because your visualization is the worst. So when the worst comes tumbling down, do not get and say, why did this happen to me? Ask your brain, where did you go? That's why yesterday we talked about inspiration, paying attention to that, observation and listen. You observe and you listen. And that was yesterday. So I live in a forest, that's what I call it. We have more trees than people. Anyway, so I decided to go for a walk. I'm walking down my street. I'm walking down that street. I walk to the lake, right at the lake, to catch the bus to go to work. All those years. All those long 50 years, whatever, right? But yesterday, because we talked about observation and listen, do you know it was the first time that I observed the quantity of these beautiful leaves that are this color, all scattered on the sidewalk. They look thick. No wonder children jump into them. Do you know? I can't remember when I actually saw it. I have taken pictures of it, especially down at the lake. But it never hit me so hard as it did yesterday. It was so beautiful because I had decided observation and listen was the words. That's what we used yesterday. So when I'm walking by myself and I'm observing, the sidewalk is just loaded with these leaves, the lawns going towards the place. I did that twice a day, going to work, twice a day to catch that bus to go downtown for so many years. And yesterday was the first time I observed it because I chose that day. I didn't think of the winter going to cover the leaves I didn't think of all of the mess to come. I really enjoyed the beauty of autumn yesterday. And it was only because I used the word observe and listen. If you are observing, you cannot worry. If you are being grateful, you cannot worry. Because in the middle of gratitude, you cannot think of anything. And I was so into the leaves, which is, I have lived in a country where for most of my life, maybe 90% of all my life. And this is the first time autumn hit me like this. All of those. I went into the Laurentians in Montreal, took pictures on the Rockies and all of that, but still. So when you are visualizing, take a little piece at a time. Observe where your mind is going. Look at worry and decide, can I change this situation I'm worrying about right now? Can I make snow do not come in February? What can I do now? What is the little step I can take to reach that amazing goal? You can't have them both. You can't have worry and visualization together all the time. Worry is a stronger habit, cultivated for many years. So we need to remove worry one step at a time until we make sure that we can feel that space. We can fill that space with visualization. And that is how we will get what we desire. So worry is there, but look at how many minutes and hours you sit and you are just worrying. I wonder if you could do what I did and just see where we are for the first time. T.S. Eliot told us that. He said, man shall never cease from wandering, only to arrive where they started and know the place for the first time. And all these years, I finally knew what fall looks like here. Although I have pictures of it. But in the observation, I got it. I didn't think of anything that was bad that could have happened at the time. And this is why I'm asking you to, when you find yourself worrying and you have a plan, do not want to wipe it off. Do not get agitated because the clouds of worry are taking you, or maybe sometimes you forget. I needed to work on my paying off bills. I needed to work on not eating this food or exercising. I needed to do this. And instead of doing it, I spend the time worrying. We don't remember that. We don't remember that the time we lost this morning cannot come back this afternoon. Time is still going, but it's afternoon. So that's why we cannot even fix it, because we do not even take it seriously. We do not remember that we spend most of our time hurting and worrying about something we couldn't change. And it's time that we realize, let us visualize a future, a moment, in the moment, a little piece at a time, not a whole bunch, a tiny bit at a time. 30 seconds of seeing the morning, of just visualizing anything, how you ate breakfast, how you're going to eat breakfast, how you're going to shower, what you're going to wear, things that are important. And leave the dark worries alone, especially when you know you cannot fix it. Observe where your mind goes. Listen to the thoughts you're having. Are they going to enhance you? Are they going to empower you? Are they going to make you feel better? And stop visualizing the worst of life for yourself. That was something that was cultivated in humans. We cultivated that, our parents and them before us, and they, and we have it. And now we have to let it go. If we do not let it go, we will not be able to see the future that we desire. But don't make it a headache. Do not hurt yourself over it. Do not bring your pressure up over it and get angry and say, I cannot visualize, I cannot meditate, I cannot all of it. And you put the word I before the cannot. Instead, if you did it for 30 seconds, and man, 30 seconds is long. It's a long time, 30 seconds. Or a minute, that's even longer, you know that. But if all you can do is 10 seconds, and you do it for 10 seconds, see yourself losing 20 pounds. And just visualize, close your eyes and see the slim you. Close the eyes and see the painless body. Close your eyes and see the limb that is hurting no longer feels sore. And for 1 second, for 20 seconds. And keep doing that day in and day out and day in and day out, every day. Just keep seeing it. And if you feel it again and you're in the kitchen or you're in the shower and you feel to view it again, then view it. That is a sign that you are getting better at visualizing. So when visualization thought knocks in, not at the time you normally visualize, see that as a win. Celebrate it. Take a moment and do it again. Because it's only by practicing what we know well, like sharpening the axe. You want to cut down trees, you want to get what you want, you have to work on it. If you take an unprepared thought, an unprepared plan, and you go working on it, it won't work because it's not done properly. It's not the big shower. We all know of when they said, what did they say? This country got, I think it's Spain. They got 3 months of rain in one day, whatever. We all saw the devastation in the hurricanes. So it's not the large amount that fills the bucket. is the tiny, hi Kimberly, good morning. How are you feeling today? The tiny drops that fills the bucket. And the tiny drops only come through when you're consistent. By doing it daily, taking your time. Because you never know when the portal of complete visualization will open for you. And you have heard others say, whatever I desire, I receive. That is just not happening like that. That happens, you see, because they're always working on it. Whatever I desire shows up. You've heard that. And maybe when they said that, you thought they were being boastful or thinking they were better than you. No. Take a page from that book and believe whatever I desire, whatever I visualize, I will get. So what about if you do it like the little boy walking on the sidewalk in Brooklyn and his little knapsack on his back and his cap on his head, and I guess his mother or father, somebody was behind him making the video. I can become anything I want. I'm strong, I'm smart, I'm determined. And he looks like he's made only of bones. There was nothing to him. His knapsack looked bigger than him. And his little cap on his head, and he's walking. And if he keeps doing that, he will actually get there. Because he's pouring that into his head. The parents must have given him that those mantra, that quotation, his thing. And he's using it. But he starts at 4, and he just believes, and it's part of his DNA. So when somebody says to that person, you cannot be that. You cannot be that. They say, who said so? I can be anything I want. That I know for sure. Because I've done it already. And that's what we have to remember to believe. Whatever it is you're visualizing, take little pieces of it at a time. 1 minute, 30 seconds, if that is as long as your brain can stop wandering. Because it's going to come back. Just like T.S. Eliot said, man shall not cease from wandering, right? Only to arrive where they started and know the place for the first time. Same thing with our brain. So bring it back. Have a great day. Thank you for coming. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Today at 11 a.m. I'm going to do my YouTube live on, you know what it is. We'll talk about that later. So Loretta, Lisa, and Juliana, thank you guys for hanging on with me for dear life. Have a wonderful day. Juliana, how are you feeling? How are you doing? Not Juliana, Nancy. And have a great day, all of you. Talk to you later. See you guys. Love you. Bye-bye.